guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana. It is Friday morning, and this is a rare exception. We're doing a PWCC May Premier Auction recap on a Friday, and the reason for that is PWCC moved their May Premier Auction up to Thursday night to avoid a potential conflict with, I think, a golden auction that was ending on Saturday. So last night, the bidding was fast and furious, specifically during furious bidding. Specifically during extended bidding. I was laying in my bed next to my wife watching a few of my cards that I actually had for sale. So this May Premier Auction will be a memorable one for me. There was good and there was bad from my perspective. But this video is going to be super entertaining for y'all. We're going to go through all 228 cards. Bear with me. I'm going to talk through probably the first 96, and then I'm going to just start scrolling. There's no way I can get through 228 before my work day gets started this early Friday morning. I'm in real estate, and so we're always jammed up on Friday. But I'm going to get this out early to you guys so you can check it out this morning while you're drinking your coffee on your way to work, hopefully, if you're a late bloomer. So let me switch you guys over here. We got you on picture-in-picture. I've got it sorted. I'm on PWCCmarketplace.com, monthly Premier Auction. I've got it sorted by highest bid first, basketball only, or wax. First row, so much to talk about. The first one, and the one that blew everybody's mind, and I'm not sure why people were surprised, was the 2013 Giannis Gold BGS 9.5. The card sells for, let me shrink this a little bit. There we go, so we can fit them on there. The card sold for $528,000. It was a not a Gem Plus because it had a 9 corners, but the last card sold for $522,000 about 13 months ago. And so this one today, $528,000. If we look at this card all time, someone paid $33,800 for the gold BGS 9.5 in 2019. So let me see if I can do this math. That is about 29 months ago. Did I get that right? Yes, that's about 29 months ago. Someone paid $33,800 for this card. And it's this exact card, same serial number, same subgrades. Someone paid $33,000 for this card in 2019, and today or last night it sold for $528,000, over $500,000. That is a pretty incredible rate of return of 1,462% in 29 months or 20, maybe 30 months, something like that. Holy cow. I don't know what else to say. We've got a Luka Doncic vertical flawless green numbered to 5 BGS 9.5 for $312,000. That's a pop 2 card. Our 1986 Flir Michael Jordan watch. We're always checking on these. It's a PSA 10. It's got a Mike Baker silver. It's got a PWCC 15% eye appeal sticker. That one sells for $276 after the buyer's premium, which is a little bit of a jump from the last one. The last one sold for $240, so $36,000 up. This card really has kind of settled in. I know everybody's wondering where the floor is. I kind of think we've seen the floor. 240, 288, 260, 240, 250, 240, 276. I don't know. I don't know how many we need to establish a floor, but it looks like the floor might be 240. It's a pop 218, as everybody knows, and it's been talked about ad nauseum. The card's down 11% over the last 6 months, but if we look at the card, maybe over the last 3 months, it's up 15%. So last night's sale was definitely a win for those Jordan 86 Flir PSA 10 holders. Lebron James 2003 Ultimate Collection 1010 autograph. We've got it pulled up. Oh, sorry. Last night it sold for $276,000, as you can see on your screen. And that is a huge jump, which is really encouraging for LeBron collectors to see. The last one sold for $228,000. This one jumped $58,000 or $48,000, and so that's a really good jump to see. That's 2 consecutive increases. It's a pop 15 card, so to see it jump that much last night was really good. And here's where things get a little crazy. This is my Kareem sticker last night. It's a pop 14 card. I know the winner. He's already texted me. In fact, he texted me just after midnight last night. He acted like he's broke. I acted like he stole the card. So it's really just funny. We've communicated actually the day before, and it was pretty apparent that he was going to go very hard after this card. He ended up winning the card. The Kareem sticker sold for $240,000, and so that is officially the end of my 1986 Flir. PSA 10 set, which is my biggest accomplishment in the hobby thus far. Bigger and better things to come, hopefully in the near future. But this iconic 86 Flir sticker, which is the linchpin sticker for the set, goes to a great home and a amazing, I would actually go out on a limb and say the greatest 1986 Flir collector on earth. I think I can say that very confidently and without any equivocation. A little bit less than I was expecting it to sell. Obviously, a tremendous profit margin for me from an investment perspective. It's bittersweet knowing that my set is now gone and no longer is it the foundational piece of my collection. The other had two other cards in here that sold from that 86 Flir set, the Jeff Malone and the Johnny Moore, which we'll look at in just a second. But I have 138 more 1986 Flir PSA 10 selling this Sunday night. So 3 days from today, or 2 more days from today, in PWCC Weekly Auction number 18. So keep an eye on those if you're an 86 Flir PSA 10 set collector and help out Cajun Cardboard. 2003 limited logos, first year Jordan. This one sold for $222 and it was Gem Plus. So fantastic subgrades. It actually went a little bit lower than I was expecting. The last two have sold for $336 and $324. This is a huge drop, especially for Gem Plus subgrades. It's a pop 28 card down here at $222. Again, it's just a 2-color patch. There's no white on it. I don't know if that matters. I mean, geez, that's a 100,000 drop for a Jordan Grail type card. I mean, a very, very relevant Jordan card in any Jordan collection. That's a big drop there. That's a really shocking low sales price to me. Maybe there's something I don't know about the card. I'm not sure. Steph Curry 2009 Topps Chrome Refractor. Remember, those are numbered to 500. And BGS 10 brings that pop way down. It's not in card ladder. The PSA 10 is. The last PSA 10 sold for $144, and this BGS 10 sold for $210. So that's a big premium. But if you look at, and it's a pop 3, right? So the PSA 10 is a pop 28. The BGS 10 that sold last night is a pop 3. So this one sells for, about, what is that, 66,000 more dollars. But if you go back and look at this PSA 10, I mean, it's interesting because this card was a $228,000 card just 4 months ago. So I'm not sure. I mean, Steph's on the precipice. I guess if you had to pick a favorite right now, I mean, it would. If I had to pick a team, I would probably pick the Warriors to win it here. Steph's going to add another ring. He's going to tie LeBron. I like the price on that BGS 10. I'm not a Steph collector. I would never even look or consider buying this card. But even though I don't collect Steph, and I can still appreciate a good buy when I see one. This card, I think, has got a lot of short-term upside. I think this card could be worth significantly more in about 5 weeks, if the Warriors clinch the title. And what would really be the icing on the cake for this card buyer, not that he's looking to flip it, would be if Steph actually wins his first finals MVP, right? Because the knock against Steph is his teams have always been so good. He's never won finals MVP. If he could pull it off this year and do it, it would really be icing on the cake to an already historic, probably top 15 career all time. We've got a Giannis Rookie National Treasures BGS 9. This card's numbered to 99, so it's true RPA, 3 colors. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous card here. $192,000. Let's see what the last one sold for. That's a big jump, fellas. Big jump. So the last card sold way back in 2020 for $148,000. The cards jumped 30% to $192,000 last night. Good sale there. LeBron Bowman Chrome Gold. We've seen LeBron cards dipping, right? We've seen LeBron cards dip, 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 dip. Let's see what the Bowman Chrome Gold did last night. It went for $168,000 last night, down from $240,000. This is a pop 25 card. I know Bowman Chrome takes a little bit of a backseat to Topps Chrome. We know that, but this card's down 36% just since the December of 21. That's 7 months ago, 6 months ago, something like that. Well, right at 6 months ago, from 264 to 168. That's a $100,000 decrease in value. I love that purchase for whoever picked that card up last night. I think that's a fantastic purchase. It's not a gold number to 10. It's a gold number to 50, but gold is gold. And gold rookie cards are iconic. They're becoming, a humongous search in the hobby. for one of the top, 3 or 4 players that ever lived on a decreased a market that's on the decrease, specifically the LeBron market, which is on the decrease. I think that's a humongous, fantastic purchase last night for whoever bought that card. The Kobe Refractor 10 right next to it went for $168,000. Let's check that Kobe. That's right on the number. Nothing to see here. The last one was 168 2 months ago. This one's 168. It is down 26% over the last 6 months. If we look at the last year, it's an absolute, bloodbath, of course, like everything else. But it looks like that card has settled. If we look at the last 2 years, obviously somebody's done really well. I feel bad for the person who paid $500,000 for a card that they could pick up for 168 today. It's like 2.5. So you could pick up probably 2.5 of them today for what this guy paid during, not surprisingly, the 2021 bubble. We've got another Giannis number to 25 goes for $156,000, and that's the interesting thing about this, right? Is that you've got the Giannis RPA here on the same line, number to 99, and then you've got a Giannis RPA number to 25. The 99 goes, and BGS 9 and PSA 8 are not exactly equivalent, but they're close. A little bit better patch here, but the number to 25 is just not as highly sought after as the number to 99. And it's a pop 1. Of course, it's a pop 1 in PSA 8, so you want to know how many are higher. None are graded higher. So this is literally the best PSA copy in the world of this Giannis number to 25, and it sold for less than the BGS 9 number to 99. So that's just one of those really interesting, idiosyncrasies of the hobby, is that the lower serial number does not always yield the higher return. Another Jordan limited logos here. This one is from 2006, sells for $156. This is it, right? Like, as far as collectability in the hobby, this is 1, 2, 3 in basketball. There is no question about it. Even people who don't collect any of these guys, and I don't collect Kobe, I don't touch Kobe cards, I would admit that if you're looking for the third most collectible autograph, it's going to be Kobe. These are the 3 biggest collectibles in the basketball card hobby. Triple Immortal, 8.510, 3 autographs, number to 25. Just beautiful, all on-card autographs. It kind of looks like a sticker. It's not. It's on-card. I don't know if those cloudy, I don't know if that's a reflection or just clouds or what on the case. I'm not really sure. It's hard to tell. PWCC does a phenomenal job on pictures. I can't really tell. I don't know if anybody else has talked about this or not, but $144,000 for that triple auto, that's pretty cool. There's only so many cards out there that all 3 of those guys have signed on card. They've all touched that card. That's incredible. Just an incredible card right there. Next to it, for the exact same price, astonishingly, the exact same price as the card we just looked at, is a Ja Morant Prism Gold. I love Ja Morant. I defend him against some of the more vicious accusations and skeptics out there. I think Ja Morant's going to be an absolute mega superstar if he's not already. This is one of his best rookie cards if you throw out logo men and one of ones and nebulas and blacks and all that stuff. This is a pop 4. It is a Gem Plus condition. It's a Prism Gold. It sells last night for an eye-popping number, $144,000. This card sold right at a year ago for $57,000. So that is a 140% growth rate in the last 2 years, and a 80, 90 something $1,000 jump over the last sale just a year ago. Congrats to whoever sold that card. That's a great return on your investment. And congrats to the buyer. I think Ja Morant's going to be around for a really long time. Again, we always pray that players who play with his type of reckless play style, the Iversons, the Wades, the Ja Morants, the Derrick Roses, the Westbrooks, we pray that they can stay healthy because they are so fun to watch. Again, Westbrook in his prime. They're so fun to watch. You just pray that guys who are landing, from 5 inches higher than most human beings on earth, their knees, their ankles, all of those things. We pray all that stuff stays in one piece. So I want nothing but the best for Ja Morant. And I'm not a huge Ja Morant collector by any stretch. Another limited logos, Jordan. So 3 huge limited logo Jordans. No surprise. Those are in the upper rows. Next row, we've got our Steph Curry Topps Chrome Refractor PSA 10 for $144. A Ja Morant Emerald BGS 8.5 sells for $138. That's serial number to 5 with a really cool G patch. We've talked about this before. We've got our number to 110 gold parallel for the Zion Williamson with a great patch. Got to get him back on the floor. It's too important to the NBA. It's too important to the hobby. There's too many people who have so much money in him, they cannot liquidate him at these prices. All, notwithstanding a $138,000 card. I'm talking about those of us out there, and I'm not one of them, but those of us, because I'm a collector, and I do dabble in low-end stuff that have all the Zion silvers, the Zion bases, the Zion greens, the Zion red, white, blues, stuff like that. Zion Prism autos and stuff like that. Those people, I feel for them because they may have dumped money in at the absolute worst time imaginable, and they can't get their money out because they just went down too much too fast. My advice is hold on to those cards. I rarely give investment advice. I would never in a billion years be selling a Zion Williamson card right this second. There is no way he could get any more off of the radar than he is right now. Same with Ben Simmons. Same with Kawhi Leonard. There is absolutely no reason to liquidate those guys right now. I promise, if there's one thing I've learned from being in this hobby, I'm not going to promise, but if there's one thing I've learned from being in this hobby, if they're out of sight, out of mind, their cards are not going to yield the return they need to. I would hang on to those cards until preseason. I have a feeling all three of those guys, Ben Simmons, Zion, well, I don't know about Ben Simmons, but Zion and Kawhi, they'll be back. They'll be ready to play. There'll be hype around their return, especially to their teams. They both have really good teams that had really successful seasons without them, the Clippers and the Pelicans, both in the West. Both will be relevant, especially the Pelicans, if they draft well and make good decisions this offseason. Can you imagine adding Zion to that nasty lineup that they already have where Brandon Ingram's becoming a budding superstar? Next, let me get my face off of this jambalaya, this is probably number one on my radar. I was kind of hoping the card would dip last night. No such luck. This Jordan Jambalaya sells for $126,000. If we go look at the last Jambalaya sale, that is an uptick, guys. So up another $18,000 over the last two sales. The card over the last 2 years is up 213%. Last night's sale, if I'm not mistaken, is by far, and there's your chart all time. That's kind of indicative of what's happened in the basketball card hobby, especially in the Jordan market. The card set the all-time record last night. So the highest that any Jordan BGS 9.5 Jambalaya has ever sold for, $126,000 right there. Wow, that's impressive. That is not good news for Brian with Cajun Cardboard, who is looking to acquire this card sometime, at or before the National. Not going to happen. I might have to settle for a PSA 3 or something if I can find one. We've got a Kobe Flir Showcase Legacy, number 2, 150, 120, sells for 120. A dual autograph Jordan LeBron on card, PSA 10, sells for 114 from SP Authentic. That's LeBron's rookie year for those of you wondering. Kobe patch auto 8.5, 111,000. And SGC Jordan PSA 10, SGC 10, 86 Flir Jordan 57. Let's see what he did. Here we go. That card was right on the number, a little bit up actually. The last one sold for 96. This sells for about 6,000 more. But look at this. This card has sold for as recently as 3 months ago for $192,000. And last night it goes for a little bit over half. So only a pop 26 card. And again, that's because not a lot of people grade SGC 86 Flir with SGC slabs because most set collectors are looking for those PSAs, and most Jordans are graded PSA, and then shortly after that would be BGS or just below that. SGC rarely is the grading company of choice for 86 Flir, but 102,000, so a little bit of a jump from the last one. That's good to see. We've got our LeBron James here. 2007 exquisite limited logos 1010, 96,000. Now we're looking at cards that are right at 100 grand. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Giannis orange prism. These are numbered to 60 from 2013. It's a pop 1. It's quad pristine. It's a black label. I mean, it checks so many boxes. I don't even know what else to say about this card. I guess the question that I would ask is, would you rather the one gold that sold for 528 or whatever we looked at, which was number 1 on the premier auction tonight, or would you rather 5 of these black label oranges? The answer to the question is you don't get to make that choice because there's only one. There's only one orange with a black label. So that hypothetical is super hypothetical because there's only one of these, and that's kind of probably what makes it a $100,000 card. Sold for $96,000 last night. A blockchain Panini National Treasures logo man, John Morant, 1 of 1, sells for 93. The John Morant National Treasures, this is his true auto BGS 9, sells for 90,000 last night. Ja had an unceremonious end of the playoffs with that injury, but surprisingly, the card's not dropped off at all. So all of these sales, I think, are, Ja was healthy, and now Ja's injured. It really kind of held the line, which is really surprising. If you look at these Ja cards over the last 6 months, they've kind of held the line. 90,000 is the number. It did peak up here to 120. I guess somebody had high hopes for him maybe winning a title. But even after he's been, booted from the playoffs, holding the line at 90,000 is really good for Ja collectors to see. It's a Pop 34 card. We've got our second Giannis 2013 Gold Prism of the night. This is his gold autograph, BGS 9. 10 autograph grade, sells for 84,000. A limited logos rookie Kevin Durant 910, numbered to 50, sells for 84. The LeBron Chrome Refractor BGS 10, interesting card here. We've got it pulled up. Last night it goes for 84,000 in the PWCC Premier May auction. That's a jump. That's a $9,000 jump from the last one. So that's good to see that LeBron has bucked that trend where his cards are, bricks sinking in the ocean. If we look at it over the last 2 years, the card's down 27%. If we look at it over the last year, it's even uglier, down 37%. But it looks like yesterday it bounced a little bit, which is good to see. But then again, it bounced right here in March and then dropped precipitously here in April. So it bounced up again. Let's see if it drops next, if it goes up next. We'll keep an eye on it. There's only 32 of those in the world. In the last year, half of the world's population of BGS 10 refractor LeBrons have sold. I don't understand that. I would not be looking to sell this card in this market. I'd be looking to buy this card. I just don't understand it. Again, everybody talks about, flagship and commodity cards. This is not a commodity card. This is LeBron's Chrome Refractor and BGS 10 slab, and there's only 32 of them. And guess what? None have been added in the last 13 months, and none probably ever will be added. And it's at 84,000, a card that had once, even within the last year, sold for 180 and has gotten as high as 221,000. I don't know. It defies logic, but it looks like maybe we've hit the floor. One of my favorite underrated off the radar, I shouldn't say off the radar, but one of my favorite, I think undervalued products with that features a LeBron rookie are these Topps Contemporary. And this is the gold version. And those golds are numbered to 25. It's a BGS 9.5, but it's a Pop 6, sells for 78,000. The Jordan PSA 10 sticker, this has an NBA gold sticker, sells for 72 last night. Where was I? Here I am. Right on the number. Nothing crazy here. It was 69 last sale, 72 last night, so a little bit of a jump. Obviously, it's down from that weird 114 that hit just 3 months ago. So down here at 72, it's down 7% over the last 6 months. Over the last 2 years, though, it's up 112%. So if you kind of take a step back and look at these bigger graphs with more data points, it really does give you a more comfortable feel to the hobby. You're talking about 38 sales points out of 121 that exist in the world. It sold 38 times in the last 24 months. That's more than once a month. That's too much. It's just too much. And so prices are not going to be able to increase when cards are selling this often. And it's people taking profits. And so that's why you see it starting to settle here. We're figuring out where the floor is. Pretty soon, more and more of the buyers of the Jordan sticker and the Jordan 86 Flir PSA 10, in my opinion, and this includes the Star as well, and this includes the Nike promo, more and more of the buyers are going to be people who are not buying to try to sell it in 6 months or a year. It's not going to be investors. It's going to be people who want that in their collection long term. And when more and more of the owners of those cards are collectors rather than investors, they're not going to show up in the market, which means supply is going to go down, which means demand will, if demand stays the same and supply goes down, that pushes prices up. So I think that's what we're going to see specifically with the sticker, because it's significantly lower pop than the 86 Flir 57 base. Here is the craziest, I think one of the craziest sales of the night. This is the Ray Allen 1996 Chrome Refractor. I have no doubt in my mind, somebody comment if I'm wrong, but I'm going to go way out on a limb and say this card was not bought by a Ray Allen collector. This card was bought by a set collector last night. It sold for $69,000. A Ray Allen refractor rookie card for $69,000. No slight to Ray Allen, fantastic player, but look at the chart. This card sold in 2019, fourth quarter 2019 for $6,000. It is up 4,400% all time. Over the last 2 years, it's not in there. Anyway, that's a pretty big jump from 6,000 to 69,000. We'll just leave it at that. There's only 2 of them out there, which means there can only be 2 refractor sets. There's one of the 2. Somebody wanted to be the second set owner. I think I read an article recently with there is a guy who already has 1 set, or he's very close maybe to 1 set, and so this is someone else chasing that. Sets like 96 chrome, 2003 chrome refractor sets in PSA 10, 2012 Prism silver sets in PSA 10, 97 PMGs, reds and greens. You will get irrational buyers. Trust me, I am one of them. I take full responsibility. I'm one of those people. You will get irrational buyers who pay exorbitant amounts for cards that they absolutely will never be able to see or find again, maybe ever. When they come to market. And that's exactly what happened last night with this Ray Allen card. John Morant Stars and Stripes, number to 30, 66,000. The Doncic Orange and the Blue Ice, we'll look them both up. And this is an interesting dichotomy here, right? The orange is a lower pop. It is half the pop, essentially. We're going to, do some fuzzy math, Cajun math. The orange is half of the pop of the Blue Ice, or half the serial number, I should say. So half the, it's twice as scarce. The orange is numbered to 49, PSA 10 sold for 66, and then the Blue Ice is a color match, and that's where that comes in. The Blue Ice has become his go-to color match rookie card in the Prism product, also sold for 66. So a card that has twice as many in existence sold for the exact same price as the orange, and I think that just comes down to aesthetics. The orange last night, for the 3rd time in a row, drop. And I don't mean a little drop, I mean a huge drop. The card's down 45% over the last 6 months. And correct me if I'm wrong, Luka Doncic is destroying everything in his path. Everything in his path. I realize he lost game 1 in the Western Conference Finals, but Luka Doncic has definitely he's answered the bell, let's just say that, this year. He's going to get his 3rd All-NBA, first team selection. He's like 23, 24 years old, something like that. The orange has dropped. It's down 45% over the last 6 months. But if we scroll down here and find the Blue Ice, hold on. That's blue. Here we go. Here's the Blue Ice. Check this out. The Blue Ice is actually up. That is very odd to me. It makes me think whoever picked up the orange made a tremendous decision. So the Blue Ice is only down 5% over the last 6 months. Again, I don't know why any Doncic cards are down, and I'm sure it has to do with Ultra Modern and all the options and all the cards coming to market and people trying to cash out because they're getting killed on crypto and the market and inflation and Biden and Putin and all that. But last night, 66,000. That is a $13,200 jump from the last Blue Ice sale. So just an interesting look there between 2 Doncic cards. Sometimes you guess the player right, but sometimes you guess the card wrong, and sometimes it's vice versa. I don't know. This is a funny market that we live in. A Doncic Gold autograph, 910, 66,000. A Steph Curry Gold Kaboom, PSA 10, 60,000. We've got a Jordan Auto, BGS 9. I'm going to stop talking quite as much. I'm almost done looking these cards up, and we're about to start scrolling. We've got a Jordan BGS 9 rookie. This did not sell for enough. I know it looks like a big number, 60,000, but I've been keeping an eye on this card. I own a copy of this card. If we pull it up, this one last night was a Gem Plus. So this was not your ordinary Jordan rookie BGS 9.5. It's a Pop 531, but the Gem Plus is actually a much smaller number than 531. So the Gem Plus, when I say Gem Plus, I mean the subgrades are all 9.5 or better, right? If they were all 9.5, we would call that a quad gem in the hobby. 4 9.5s, quad gem. But when there's 1 or 2 BGS 10 subgrades and the other 2 are 9.5, we call that a Gem Plus. There's much fewer than 531 Gem Pluses. In fact, the vast majority of these 531 are minimum gems, which means they have a BGS 9 subgrade somewhere in there or some mixture of 9 and 10. This one sold for $60,000. That is $15,000 lower than the last one sold 20 days ago. I really thought this card was going to do better. I guess maybe, if it's possible to even suggest that a Jordan rookie BGS 9.5 got lost in the shuffle. It might have gotten lost in the shuffle last night in an auction with so many significantly bigger cards. So I like this for the buyer. I think this is a big win for the buyer not so much for the seller. Again, it does have a 9.5 centering. I think it looks a little bit off center left to right. But again, if you stare at an 86 Flir Jordan card long enough, you're going to find it to be off center one way or the other. It's just one of those deals, right? You could show the card to 10 people. One of them will say, God, how did that get a 10? And the other people will say, oh, that's perfect. And one guy will say, oh, it's way off center left to right. And another guy will say, it's way off center right to left. And so it's one of those things where it's almost in the eye of the beholder, even though there is an answer. Jordan, this was an interesting card. I don't have all the details about it. I know that there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions on this card. I know humongous Jordan collectors that just steered away from it just because it's confusing, right? Because it's got an NBA logo patch. They almost think it's too good to be true. And I think for those reasons, PWCC added this language down here that says patch was verified by Upper Deck because there was so much skepticism. How could this be real? How could just some random Jordan card in a slab, with the BGS blue label have this partial logo man patch before logo men were a thing? It's in a BGS blue label. It sold last night for $56,400. I've got the BGS 7.5 pulled up. That's like the closest thing that I could find to the BGS blue label. And obviously there's nothing to display. If you go back 2 years, one of these sold for $16,000 in July. That was a BGS 7.5. But again, it could have been a napkin patch. And with a card like this, if you're trying to distinguish your Jordan 97 Upper Deck game jersey from another Jordan Upper Deck game jersey, a 7.5 blue label, 8.5, that doesn't mean a damn thing compared to this patch. And so it's just a really hard card to put your finger on and figure out what in the heck do I have here. So if it's authentic, I'll be honest with you, and I've spoken with a lot of people who agree with me, I just hate that blue label, man. I hate that blue label. It's almost like saying I'm tainted. I would get this card to PSA as soon as possible and get it in a PSA slab. Maybe somebody knows more about it. Maybe they've tried to authenticate it with PSA and they've rejected it or whatever, or sent it back. I don't know. But that's what I would do, knowing nothing else about the card. Again, I'm coming from a position of pure ignorance. I would take this card, crack it, get it to PSA, put it in PSA, authentic, and I think it immediately increases the value of the card based on this sales price at $56,400. We got a LeBron SP Authentic 9.510, 55. Kobe limited logos, a triple autograph Jordan, Pippen, Rodman. I remember some people were talking about this card along with the Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. This is so cool, y'all. This is so cool. One of the best perimeter defensive teams that has ever existed. They were so good on the perimeter defensively that they didn't need that absolute rim protector, super stopper in the middle to be one of the greatest defensive teams of all time. Just watching these guys truly was a joy. One of the most special teams ever assembled. Anybody who's my age knows exactly what I'm talking about. And if you watch The Last Dance, these are the guys. These are the three guys, right, that brought all that together. And there was more to the story with Kukoc and the others, but these three autographs on one card, I can't say I would rather have these three autograph a card than Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron, but it's pretty damn cool and pretty damn close. But it's in a BGS 9 with a 9 autograph here. There is a little bit of streaking, it looks like, down here on Rodman. Maybe that had to do with it, or maybe it's just off a little bit. On-card autos, too. I mean, all three of those guys touched it. Just what a cool card. $52,000 there. LeBron Refractor PSA 10 right here with the gold NBA, $52,800. Next, we've got the next card that I own, right? This was my card, the Johnny Moore. And I'm not sure how to put this, but I just missed it, right? I just missed the peak. Probstein screwed me, of course, with his timing as usual. The card sold for $90,000, $84,000 3 months ago, and then a crappy Probstein brought it down to $52,000, and then mine sold last night for $52,000 as well. So I can't complain. I can't say the card didn't sell for what it's worth. Obviously, that was significantly more than I paid for the card. When I decided to do this was just after the $90,000 was buffered by the 84. I figured, you know what, even if I get 75, that's a huge sale for me. I don't give a damn about Johnny Moore. I cared about the set, but once I was breaking the set, it was like, if I'm going to sell the Kareem, the hell do I want this Johnny Moore for? I have a hunch who won this card. It might be the same gentleman that won the Kareem sticker, who already has 20 plus Johnny Moores in his collection. Yes, you heard me right. 20 plus Johnny Moores. Interesting gentleman who I've grown to speak with and chat with and have a cool little relationship with. We share a little bit in common, but he's got more Johnny Moores than me. I have 0 now, so not the end of the world last night. It did jump late. I was worried because it was at 27,000 for a really long time. When it jumped to 50, I was like, okay, now I can breathe. And then finally it sells for 52,000. So if you're asking me which of these cards I'd rather have that all sold for the same price, Johnny Moore probably finishes last on that list. That's just me. It does mean something to set collectors. A lot of people out there know how scarce that card is, so I don't want to diminish the importance of that card. Next is the Giannis Logo Man from 2015 National Treasures, 51,600. The 2013 Prism sealed hobby box sells for 50,000. I did look at the comps on this. This is about on the number, so no surprise there. Steph BGS 9.5, 48 grand. Zion Williamson BGS 8.5, true RPA. This is the number to 99, sells for $48,000. Let's look it up. Here it is. Wow. That's interesting. In the last year, it's only sold once. Somebody took my advice. In the last 2 years, it's only sold once in this condition. Sorry, this is the PSA 9. I don't think, yeah, that's it. So Card Ladder doesn't have the BGS 8.5 up here. So I pulled up the PSA 9. It's kind of the closest thing. The last PSA 9 sold for 100 grand 2 months ago. So to pick up a BGS 8.5 for half or a little bit less than half, I mean, again, if you're a gambler, I mean, go for it, man. So who knows? I mean, I don't know what Zion has to do for this card to be worth $50,000 5 years from now. Number one, he's got to stay healthy. Number two, the Pelicans have to be relevant. And number three, he has to do what he did in the brief, flashes that we did see, year before last. He's got to do that and do it consistently for a couple years to maintain that $50,000 value. Some Tatum action, the first Tatum of the entire auction. Two of them appear on the same row. This is a very low numbered Tatum Prism. It's kind of a color match. I think, if I was the owner of it, I would say color match, right? It's a more meaningful color match than the Prism Green, which would be pretty proliferate. There's a proliferation of those. There's a large quantity of Prism Green unserial numbered PSA 10s, but this is a serial number to 5. You've also got the Green Pulsar, which is a low print run. So Green Pulsar and Green Neon, it's from Fast Break, so it's not the base. So it's, it doesn't have that going for it. But anyway, I'm sorry, I just somehow skipped over this ridiculous Jordan SPX autograph trade card here. I think this is one of those buyback cards. I'm not sure. Maybe it's pack pulled. I don't know. Again, if I don't know something, I'm going to tell y'all I don't know. And I'm a Jordan collector, and I still don't know because I don't dive into that autograph or memorabilia world. But this is a Jordan SPX 8-9 auto, sold for $46,800. The Tatum that we referenced, Pop 3, sells for $45,600. Really cool card. Really nice timing for that seller, I think. Dual Logo Man, Anthony Edwards and Tyrese Halliburton. Kind of a weird card. They don't really fit together. I don't know. I don't understand the pairing here, but it is what it is. Halliburton's already gotten traded. A lot of people were baffled by that trade from the Kings. Didn't make a lot of sense because Sabonis doesn't put you where you need to be. I don't know. I guess they were trying to make room for their little guy that they picked up from Baylor. But anyway, Dual Logo Man 910 sells for $44,000. That seems like a big number. That would be the last card I would choose on this page. I would almost rather. I know this sounds weird, but maybe I'm crazy. I would almost rather an Anthony Edwards Logo Man. They did not feature another Logo Man on it with Tyrese Halliburton. Kobe Legacy Collection, number to 150, BGS 9.5, sells for $43,200. This is the Trey True RPA, and we're almost at the end of the cards that we're going to look up on Card Ladder. The Trey True RPA last night took a nosedive. Last one sold for 72. This one sells for 43. So unlike Giannis and unlike Ja Morant, whose cards held post getting booted from the playoffs, the Trae Young takes an absolute murderous nosedive down to $43,000. The card's down 34% from a year ago, and less than a year ago, about 6 months ago. Again, it was steady, and then just that's a low sale there. I want to say I like that for the buyer, but I think the card might have been overvalued before, so maybe that's what the card's worth. Obviously that's what it's worth. That's what somebody's willing to pay. And I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments of where Trae Young is. Do you put Trae Young in the same? I know his statistics are fantastic during the regular season, just like Steve Nash's were. It's just hard for little people to win titles as the alpha. It's just really hard. I mean, I mean, Steph is little, and he's got one. Isaiah's got one. But if you go back throughout NBA history, little people, alpha teams very rarely win NBA titles. And so that's, a word of warning to Trae Young collectors, to John Morant collectors, to Iverson, obviously, proved my point. Go check it out. Go do some research. It's tough for little tiny people to win in the playoffs. And the reason is obvious. The refs let you murder people. I mean, we're watching it. These games are crappy to watch. In my opinion, the Bucks-Celtics series was disgusting. It was horrible to watch. It was filthy. I'm not complaining that it was lopsided. It's just like you could do whatever you wanted to the ball handler on the perimeter. You could literally put both hands on them and shove them out of bounds. You could pull them back where you want them to. It was like watching Ron Harper and Pippen and Jordan again, where you could put hands on people and guide them and control them. And I don't understand why there's such a drastic change in officiating from regular season to playoffs. I know you want to let them play and all that, but it's egregious. And it changes the quality of the product, in my opinion. Ultra Stars Gold Kobe, 43,200. Sorry, I skipped over an Anthony Edwards. It's his jersey number, 1 of 8. Rookie patch auto, first of the line, purple, blah, 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 this, that. There's a million, I don't know. There's a million parallels of that card. 97 Ultra Stars Gold Kobe, BGS 9.5. Huge card here for Kobe collectors. We've got it pulled up. Nothing here to really surprise anybody. Right on the number from the last sale, 3,000 below, despite the fact that Kobe's market's dipping a little bit. Giannis Green Select. Again, people don't love green. This would be a lot better if you had a green jersey, I think, because it would be a color match, but 40,800 for a super low pop card there. And then a gold Kaboom. If you're asking me which one I want out of these two, I'm going to take this green rookie card all day long rather than a, 6th year Kaboom gold. That's just me. Horizontal, 15 of 15 Doncic, a Jordan autograph, a Kobe limited logos, a Jordan auto patch, Anthony Edwards flawless PSA 9 sells for 36. The other color match, right, in addition to the blue ice, there's the true blue number to 199 PSA 10 sells for $36,000 for Doncic. White refractor Durant sells for $36,000 and 9.5. We've got two more here, a Durant autograph patch auto rookie card, and then a Jordan Ultimate Collection Ultimate Signatures Gold on-card auto, BGS 910 sells for $33,600. Another triple auto, so Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan. This is a sticker auto, if I'm not mistaken. So unlike the other one that sold for a gajillion dollars, this is a sticker auto. John Morant vertical patch autograph. This is the number to 25 parallel 1010 PSA 4 sells for $33,600. Another Jordan. This is a 1010 BGS 1010 Jordan on-card autograph, 23 out of 100. That's a pretty cool serial number if you ask me. We've got a Carmelo Anthony, first Carmelo appearance. It's a Logo Man 2005. So a third-year Carmelo Logo Man, 1-of-1 masterpiece, sells for $31,000. We got a green PMG sighting, fellas. These don't come out very often, so it's like finding a four-leaf clover. The Mark Jackson BGS 9 is a pop 1 card, none graded higher. So you're probably looking at, let's see, I don't think I'm going to be crazy here. You're looking at the greatest Mark Jackson card in the world. Well, let's say this. You're looking at the most valuable Mark Jackson card in the world. And yes, I'm including the Menendez brothers card that is pop 400 billion that for some reason people care about. This Mark Jackson PMG green, what is technically called the PMG Emerald, is a $31,800 card. So there's some green set collector out there with FU money and unlimited pockets has picked up the Mark Jackson. Congrats to that person. I know how painful it was just to pick up the PMG red Mark Jackson. I have 2 copies of that, and that was expensive, let alone $31,000 for a green one. They did not fix the Aaron Judge issue. Apparently, Aaron Judge appeared in the basketball auction and sold for $31,200. Doesn't seem like that affected his price, being in the wrong sport. 1-of-1 Kobe, $30,000. Another Kobe auto, $30,000. A Doncic horizontal, 9. $30,000, and then a Giannis. This one I think went low, man. I know people don't dig Spectra, but this is a pop 1-of-1, and it's an auto 10. I think it's just it's a PSA 10, no auto grade. Sticker auto, but bazillion color. I keep saying bazillion. Multicolor patch. Really cool photo. I like this card. 30,000 seems like a good price. I guess the question is, would you rather have this card or this card, right? 30,000 for the silver BGS 10 pop 6. 30,000 for this pop 1 RPA gold numbered to 10. That's an interesting question. I wonder in the comments if you guys could weigh in on that, you Giannis collectors. I'm probably going with, I'll believe it or not, I'm going to go with the pop 1. You know, with a patch of jersey and an autograph there over this silver one. That's just me. I've got the silver in 9.5. The silver BGS 10 last night sold for $30,000. I think I have him pulled up. I've got the 10 pulled up. So the last PSA 10 sold for 24. This person picked up a BGS 10, which is a much lower pop. For 30, I think that's a good price for the buyer. And I think that this Giannis got lost in the shuffle with all the other higher end Giannis's above it. And the same can be said for that Spectra. I think that Spectra is a bigger card than $30,000. I know that sounds funny to say because we're talking about, you know, BMW 3 Series, you know, car or a piece of cardboard. But I mean, the PSA 10 was $40,000 just like 3 months ago. So to get a BGS 10 for $30,000, seems good. I mean, Giannis did everything he needed to do in the playoffs to substantiate his greatness and his historical legacy. 2 Steph Currys, 28.8 each. That's an interesting mix here, too. The Topps Paper Gold PSA 10 versus the Topps Chrome PSA 10. One is numbered to 2009. One is numbered to 999, so about twice as many. But the pop is one of 20 here, and it's got an NBA Gold sticker. So if you're asking me which one I want, I'm probably going to take this Topps Paper Gold, to be quite honest with you, if you're making me choose. This is a cool card. Tatum Contenders Prism Gold, BGS 9.5, 28.8. The Magic Johnson 81 Topps 28.8. I think I looked this one up for us. Yep, I did. Right on the number. Actually, it's growing a little bit. So 28.5 to 28.8. Before that, it was 26.9. This card's up 6%. It's a pop 74. And again, this is going to be set collectors as well. I don't think Magic Johnson number one, there's a shockingly low number of Magic Johnson player collectors out there in my experience, at least from what I've seen on Facebook and Instagram. I know they're out there. I'm not saying there's none, but it seems like there should be more, right? So that's probably a set collector chasing that card as well. We got a Jimmy Butler Gold, $28,800. I'm just now realizing this is going to be the longest video I've ever done, and I may die at the end of it. So I'm about to start going a lot faster. 1997 Flir Showcase Legacy, gorgeous card, amazing card. Pop 11 in really good BGS rare BGS Gem 9.5 condition. This is the last card we're looking up, fellas. A little bit of a dip, down 6% from the last sale. So 29.4 was the last one. This one goes for 27.6. Again, pop 11, serial number to 100 in gem mint condition. Wow, what a big card this is with a BGS 10 for corners. Playmakers Theater Kobe, LeBron Black Refractor, Jordan autograph sticker authenticated by Beckett Authentication Services, 810. Another LeBron 2003 signed rookie. This card often appears in the weekly auctions, and so this card probably got lost in the shuffle a little bit. We're not going to look it up. That is the first 96 cards. I am about to just scroll and take a break here, so I'm going to try to scroll at a good pace where you guys can actually see the cards and the prices, and I'm not going to talk unless I absolutely have to. I am not kidding. I've talked too much, too fast, too long. So I'm going to just start scrolling and let you guys enjoy and take a few minutes, or actually a few seconds on each page, just so you guys can see what has sold. Big Shaq card here. Really like that Shaq card. I wish I had some funds. I would have chased that Shaq card. 24.6, interesting for a second year precious metal gem. People call that the gold PMG, but it's not. There's only one type of PMG from that second year, and that's it. There's the Giannis PSA 10. So we saw the BGS 10 sell for 30. And the PSA, did I say LeBron? Sorry, the 2003 Prism Silver Giannis PSA sold for 24. The BGS 10 sold for 30. So there's your premium right there for a BGS 10 label. Interesting to see the difference between a Kobe Jambalaya for $22,000 and the LeBron Jambalaya for $120,000 plus. Here's a card that probably needs to be mentioned. This is the 1975 Topps Moses Malone. Just recently, 2 of these sold for $96,000, and this one sells for $20,000, which is probably about more where it belongs. When those two sold for $96,000, I was wondering what the heck was going on. Wow, a PSA 10 Kareem over here to the left. That is interesting. Yikes. Huge Wilt PSA 7 right there. Really good looking 7. Wow. Really good looking card. This is what makes me mad that I was on the sidelines and all of my money was tied up. Noise Boys PSA 10 for $19,000. That seems like a low price right there. I've got to get on Card Ladder and do some digging. That seems low. I would think the BGS 9.5 would have been worth about 20, to be quite honest with you. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I need to look that up. The Nash sells for $19,000, but the Ray Allen sells for $60,000. Somebody please explain that to me. Big time Giannis here. For those of you who don't know, these reds are incredibly SSP. And this is the Pop 4 in a BGS 10 slab right there. Ooh, an exquisite collection box. Those are always interesting to see. The Giannis Green, which I still don't have, $18,000 for a PSA 10. A Jordan 9 sells for $18,000. That's a very low sale. That's really low. Those have all been over $20,000. That's a super, super, super low sale right there. Here's my Jeff Malone. Sold for way, way less than I was expecting. Very disappointed with that sale. Extremely disappointed. This sold for incredibly low. This sold for ridiculously low compared to recent comps. That's an absolute eye-popping shocker, and so is this Jeff Malone because this was mine. It had a PWCC sticker on it, which gave it even more value. Sold for way, 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 way below comps. So super disappointed with that sale, to be quite honest with you. Triple auto with Magic instead of Kobe. The Jordan Molten Metal Fusion, that's a big card, $16,800 there. I love this Giannis Red PMG rookie card. I know he's wearing the, non-licensed NBA, non-NBA stuff, non-licensed, but that's a really cool Giannis rookie card there. It's a Pop 3, $16,800 for that card. PMG lovers probably love that card. Gold LeBron USA, super low, pop card there. Sells for $16,800. 9.5 sticker, $16,800. The promo PSA 10, that card got over, I think, $50,000 at one point post Last Dance during the spike. Back at $16,800. I'd really like to look that up and see if that's a dip or not. $16,800 for the 87 Flir, the much lower pop 87 Flir Jordan, PSA 10. Just scrolling through, guys. Seeing what else. This is the bullet hole card. I'm not even sure what to call it. I think they call it a John Morant card, but you don't know anything about it. Has anything to do with John Morant until you look at the back of the card. Here, I'll even click it. There you go. So if you look at the back of the card, you see John Morant. But if you look at the front of the card, nothing about this card speaks to John Morant. So I would call it a Jerry West card. That's my little joke. Mojo Prism. Harden. First Harden card that I've noticed in this auction. That's his true RPA. I'm sorry. That's serial numbered to 5. Wow. Man, people are down on Harden. I tell you what, if you wanted the Doncic rookie rainbow, you could have made, a serious dent in that chase during this auction. A friend of mine was chasing this card, Kobe Classic 61, numbered to 61, no subs. Not sure why. If I'm grading a card of this significance, I'm certainly going to go get subs. Yes, he is dunking on Jordan in this card, so maybe that's why it's worth that much. It didn't happen very often. A lot of the same suspects. Jeremy Lee, the great Jeremy Lee from Sports Card Live, and Adam, the real guy 27 on Instagram, do a really good live stream of the PWCC Premier Auction extended bidding. And, they did, Jeremy put together some brilliant research and showed a graph just showing, which players' cards and how many of each player's cards were in the April PWCC Premier. And then again, did it with how many of those players' cards were in this May PWCC Premier, and some really fascinating research. Those guys are fantastic. If you want to watch the lead up, right? I mean, I'm great here for a recap. If you want to just see what sold for how much and get my 2 cents of limited knowledge about what these cards mean and what they sold for and compare it on Card Ladder, I'm great for that option after the fact. But if you want to be in the thick of things and listen to somebody with a lot more knowledge than me, you can listen to Adam talk about each and every one of these cards. That seems really low to me. Talk about each and every one of these cards and tell you things you never knew about those cards during the auction itself. They go card to card and they just bring up different topics and address certain things in the auction. And it's a great option for those of you who want to kind of see what's going on during the auction itself. Horribly low sale here. Terrible comp for that card. I have a copy of that card, and I assure you I paid significantly more than $10,800 for my copy. Wow, an orange tray right there. Here we are back in 1996. So a BGS 9.5 Iverson sells for $9,600, but the PSA 10 Ray Allen sells for $60,000 plus. Interesting. We are in a very strange hobby. Would you rather a Ray Allen PSA 10 96 Chrome Refractor Rookie or 6 Tim Duncan 97 Chrome PSA 10 Refractors? That's an interesting question. I mean, Tim Duncan was 6 times the player as Ray Allen, but his card is worth 1/6 the amount. That is the magic of a Pop 2 card for set collectors, guys. Oof. Golly. I definitely hate being on the sidelines. That is a card I would have loved to have put in my collection. Love 2012 Prism, especially the golds. I only own one gold. I own a Magic Johnson finalist gold, and that's it, guys. That's the end of it. You know what? I'm going to switch you back. I just want to kind of give you guys a quick rundown. I've been meaning to do this, but on these premier auctions, I'm going to show you all the graphs, and then we're going to go real fast through these. So watch this. So Giannis, that went up. Steph Curry, no sales data. The Jordan PSA 10 went up. The LeBron up. Kareem, hilarious, up slightly, right? Limited logos down. Steph down. Giannis up. LeBron down. Kobe right on the number. Ja way up. Jordan way up. Jordan up. Ja Morant right on the number. LeBron BGS 10 up. Jordan up from the last one. And again, I'm referring to from the last comp. Ray Allen off the charts. Ridiculous to the moon up. Doncic Blue Ice up. Jordan 9.5 way down. Jordan game jersey, hard to tell because we don't have that grade in card ladder. Johnny Moore slightly up from the last comp, but I got punched in the balls from 2 comps ago. Zion, hard to tell. Trae Young way down, disastrously down. Kobe Ultrastars gold, right on the number. Giannis PSA 10 Prism slightly down in PSA 10. The BGS 10 sold as well. And then the Magic Johnson slightly up / even. And then the last card is the Jordan Flir Showcase Legacy Collection, even. So kind of a mixed bag there. I'd say there's more up than there are down, at least gauging from the last comp. If you look at from 6 months ago, they're all down, right? Not all, but many are down. But looking at the last comp, I'd say there's a lot up there. And I picked those cards at random, not even knowing what the last comp was. So it wasn't like I chose cards that went up, but that just kind of gives you a general idea of what happened. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to get this thing uploaded and get it out early Friday morning. Stay tuned. If you watch this video to the end, I love you for it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't, hit the bell icon for notifications. At 4 p.m. today, I'm releasing my next episode of Explore the Card Michael Jordan, where we take a deep dive look at a Michael Jordan insert from the 90s. And the insert of the day is 1995 Flair Anticipation. So stay tuned for that video. We look at the comps and the numbers and the pops and we look at the card itself and we read the back of it and talk about the beauty of it and where we think it's going and why it means something and how relevant it is and all that stuff. So stay tuned for that. That's coming out today. So 2 videos coming out for you guys today. This weekend, I think I have 2 grade reveal videos that you guys are really going to like. If you're one of those people that likes to see people get grades back from PSA, whether good or bad, stay tuned for those. I think those are coming out Saturday and Sunday. Some really humongous grade reveal videos with a bunch of really cool cards from the 90s primarily. Jordan, Shaq, Kobe, Iverson, Garnett, Ray Allen, all that stuff, Penny Hardaway. So stay tuned for that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace.